7-on-7, round 5 of the V8 Supercar Championship. All the latest news on BigPondSport.com. Looking ahead, of course, to our next round and beyond. Oh, Todd Kelly continues to look. It says something about Shane Van Gisbergen's maturity, not to mention the kind of car he's got, but the maturity that he can hold off somebody behind him who's got exactly 100 more championship starts under the belt in this kind of race, under these kind of conditions, Craig.
Well, it's fantastic to see some young guys get an opportunity, but you're right, it's this circuit's all about getting good brake stability, good drive off these corners, and he's got both of those at the moment, and Todd hasn't found a way around, so Russell's just looking at it, just going, well, someone do something?
He just wants a piece of it. He's been in everything this weekend, Russell. He's been inside the top 10 the whole way, and that's a great result.
He's making a little adjustment there, perhaps fiddling with an anti-roll bar.
Hard on that limiter.
Did you spot rain then?
I was just looking at the windscreen. You can just see a little bit of water spraying off the side of it. You can't see it at this stage, but when he was coming out of that last turn, although, no.
Van Gisbergen was a little wide that time down at Dandenong Road once in.
Yep, a little bit more rain coming, I think.
This is just amazing that it could go on for this long at that intensity. Wee-haw. There goes Michael Petrucci. He got back on. So, on lap 35 of 39, if it stays like this, Mark Winterbottom will have the championship lead over Garth Tander. Jamie Whincup will push up into third, ahead of Rick Kelly.
Bit of water on the screen.
Is you right, Rain Man? Gibbo's the weatherman here. Can you leave?
Oh, here we go.
Look at this. Todd up the inside, coming off turn 4. Tucks back in. Russell's in there too. It might all light up at the end of the back straight. This is a great race.
We got what we wanted. Russell's bought into the argument. Van Gisbergen right over on the right-hand side of the track. Shuts the door at turn 6. The lights are glowing. It's so dark out there. Ludas, we're all holding our breath.
Look.
Oh! So that's what happened at turn 4. Oh, this is just incredible. Around turn 3.
Oh, he did that. He launched it off the curb as he turned in, and it slipped on the curb, and they all whacked each other in the process, and on it goes.
How have they stayed on the track? Crunch again.
Pictures tell the story. Great intensity in this motor racing between Van Gisbergen, Kelly and Ingle. And if anything, Will Davison could end up in here too.
I was talking to Larry Perkins before. He's a little bit frustrated. Obviously, you can see that Todd's trying very hard to get through. He even hinted at the bad sportsmanship flag for Shane.
Quite a few drivers are also having a significant grizzle about the lack of light out there too. Not happy that they just frankly can't see, and it's difficult to describe, but what we're seeing on screen here is not a true indication of just how dark it is out there.
The lights and the brakes and the giveaway. But if one thing is for certain, it's that Todd Kelly can really see Shane Van Gisbergen. He has not let him out of his sight. He won't let go. The rain's coming down now.
Oh, for Shane, though, he's the pioneer. He's leading this bunch. Everyone else behind him can see how much grip level he has or hasn't got, so he has to set the pace. He's the pioneer every corner.
Yeah. In the meantime, Jamie Whincup leads by 1.6 seconds over Mark Winterbottom. James Courtney is third. The group we're watching is just fantastic racing. V8's at its best. Van Gisbergen versus Kelly versus Ingle. Will Davison buy into it?
He's got a little gap this time, Van Gisbergen just eases the pressure slightly. It's like a race for the lead, this one. Whincup still the leader. Larry Perkins and Jim Stone are watching. It's their men in action.
I thought Jim was meditating.
holding your breath. That's what that is.
Exactly. Well, his young charge has just done a terrific job, and Larry would be happy too. A little bit of frustration that he can't get past Toddler, but he's pushing. Gee, is he giving it everything or what? The most patient man at the moment has got to be Russell Ingall.
Todd makes his ground at the northern end of the circuit, gets all over him off the back straight and up at Dandenong Road and the subsequent bits of road. And then Van Gisbergen just gets away a little bit down at the southern end, gives himself the breather he needs to survive at the end of the back straight. And, you know, Todd can't afford to relax and have a think and cool things out and another attack, because if he relaxes, he'll get clawed by Russell Ingall.
You're right again. Shane's been able to just pull the gap here up in the back straight. Todd's car seems to change direction very well compared to Shane's, but Shane still puts his power down and gets that. So you can see about 2 car length gap now. Now Todd will start to close it up.
Yeah, Todd seems to be riding the bumps pretty well. He's able to get over this one down here very well. The curbing there, he can use, he's hungry, uses all the road width a little bit more, brushes the tyres on the way through, claws his way back to almost the very back of the Ford, and then loses a bit of ground again.
We're on the final lap. One thing's for certain. No matter what happens from now on, Shane Van Gisbergen, this is the race that he came of age in the V8 Supercars. In some ways, this is a better performance than the second he got in race 2, because he's just been under it all and he's held them off.
Well, he hasn't blinked, and he's got some heavyweights behind him.
The day, though, belongs to Jamie Whincup. The round will belong to him too.
I think Todd's just lost touch of it here, and there's a little bit more rain sprinkling here and there, and I think he's yielded back to the other end of the circuit. Oh, gee, that thing does sound like a tractor barge. He's spot on in that description.
But here is the man of the moment, Jamie Whincup. A winner in race 1. A little mistake cost him in race 2.
Right, fellas, we've done it again. Different format, still number 1.
No doubt about it in race 3. More success at Sandown for Team Vodafone and Jamie Whincup. Mark Winterbottom second, James Courtney third. And these guys, well, thanks for the ride. That was something else. Shane Van Gisbergen fourth, Todd Kelly in 5th, and Russell Ingall in 6th. Will Davison, Lee Holdsworth, Stephen Richards and Stephen Johnson round out our top 10. What a race. As Jamie makes his way back in, we're going to let you go, Craig, so you can be there to congratulate him. Thanks, mate.
No problem. Thanks, guys. Hopefully I can put more action on track than back here in the commentary box.
We like having you here, but we'd rather see you out there do your job. Thanks,
I'm with
mate.
you. Thanks.
See you next round. Wow. Well, Jamie had his hands full in a different way. When he sits back and watches what was going on behind him, he'll realise that he was part of a very special race today. He led the way. He was faultless when it mattered.
Yeah, that's a championship-winning drive from Whincup across a weekend of massively varying conditions, and when you can prevail on a weekend like this, the easier weekends, you're going to look pretty good.
And credit to for Mark Winterbottom,